Okay, you guys, today we are going to be making Model Magic wind-up toys, okay? So what I'm going to have you do first is you're going to get some papers with the little wind-up toy base, right? And you're going to design your Model Magic creature. So this one I have a little bird, and I wrote that I wanted googly eyes and I wanted real feathers. We do have those, okay? Now, these are gonna be small, so we have real feathers. You might need to cut them. That's okay, to stick them in there. This one I have a little frog. He's really cute. He's got his little tongue stuck out. That's fine, okay? And then this one, I've got an alien. Now, I did have the little eyes coming off with pipe cleaners, okay? But I'm gonna tell you that that is not gonna work. Everything that you design needs to be attached to your Model Magic. We can't have stuff sticking way off because the Model Magic gets really soft and it won't support it, okay? So I want you guys to start designing something, but one way to shift this is to shift the eyes to here and then maybe use the pipe cleaners as antennas, right? So you can still stick pipe cleaners in there, they just can't have stuff like sticking off of them because this will be too heavy and it'll drag it and these won't support it. Okay, so everything that is made of Model Magic needs to be stuck to the toy, and then everything that is an add-on can just be stuck into the Model Magic, okay? All right, so you guys work on those. You're gonna draw it in pencil and then color it. We don't need to trace it in Sharpie, okay? And then if you get done with that, you can draw a color for a minute and we'll come back and I'll show you the next step, okay? Okay, so the next step is, once you've chosen what you want to make, I'm going to do this little alien guy, okay? You're going to get your Model Magic, all right? We're going to pass this out first. We're going to give you 2 ounces. You definitely do not need 2 ounces. So you're going to divide it in half, okay? So I already have half of mine colored because I was practicing, all right? I'm going to set that to the side so I can show you with this half what to do with it, okay? Then we're going to divide that in half again. Okay, this is gonna go into my Model Magic color bank, so I can make other colors if I need it. And then this is gonna be what I make the body of, okay? And this might even be too much to start with, but we're gonna go ahead and make it with this, and then we can thin it out and pull some off as needed, okay? So my guy is yellow, okay? And when you're coloring this, the way we color our Model Magic is we're going to use markers, and all you have to do is color and squish and color and squish. This takes a while, but that way everybody gets to do the color that they want, and I don't have to worry about having a lot of colors left over that nobody wanted, okay? Or if there's a weird color that you want, you can kind of mix it. Now remember, Model Magic is white, and so when I'm mixing, okay, it's gonna make a light color to start with. So the yellow will take a really long time to make a good color because yellow is a light color. But you just keep blending and smashing and blending and smashing. Occasionally, you can pick it up and you can kind of mix it and pull it. It'll also make your Model Magic softer. And it looks, see how cool and stretchy it gets when you add that moisture to it? Okay, that's another reason we like it. Okay, so it's a really light yellow. Now, if while you're going you want to shift colors, that's okay. But you gotta know that colors that are far away from each other on the markers are gonna make grays and browns, which those are fine. Grays and browns are fine. But if I went from yellow to, let's say, purple, that's gonna make a gray. Yellow and blue make green, right? So the best colors to blend are close to each other. Or I could even use like a pink with the yellow, okay? So if I pick a color around the yellow, like maybe this orange, and I shift to orange, okay, then that's gonna look really good, okay? Or you could do like a blue to make it green, or you could do a teal, that would be fine too, but purple and yellow are gonna make a gray / brown, okay? So that's what we're doing right now. You're making your body color for the main thing. So if I was doing the frog, I'd be making green. If I was doing the bird, I'd be making yellow or whatever color I wanted the bird to be. Maybe I wanted to shift and make it orange like I'm doing for my alien, okay? All right, so you guys work on making your body color, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to add it to your wind-up toy. Okay, so this is the color I ended up with. I'm gonna pinch a little bit off of that. I feel like that's still too much. It's better to have a little bit too much. You can use it if you need to make a little bit more, but if we don't want this to be too heavy, right? So, and since we're not putting stuff in and then expecting things to hang off of it, I think we'll be okay. So I'm gonna pinch a little bit more off of this and try it with that. If it ends up not being enough, I can just pull everything off, add some more of this to it and do it again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a ball. Just roll it in your hands, doesn't have to be a perfect ball. And then I'm gonna kind of flatten it. I don't wanna flatten it a lot, I just wanna flatten it a little bit, okay? So do that. And then we're gonna take it and we're gonna use gravity to kind of squish it on there and drag it down, okay? Now, this is gonna be a slow process, so you don't wanna just do it really quick because then it'll tear in places. You're slowly dragging it down. You look how, see how it starts off looking like a mushroom, okay? And then as you go, you're gonna gently pull it around things like the little turner, okay? And you're gently pressing it downwards onto your base, okay? If you get too far down, guess what? You can just pull it right back up above that lip, okay? And then around the turner, I'm gonna spend some time squishing this so you can get to it a little bit better. And then I'm gonna, okay? And then I'm gonna kind of pop it back up a little bit. You can also spend some time rolling them if you want it to be kind of a different shape. Okay, all right. Now we don't want to spend too much time twisting today because the more you twist them, you're gonna get fingerprints and stuff. But look, so far he's kind of an orange egg on feet, okay? All right, so go ahead and do that. We're gonna help you with that. This should take us a few minutes to get through everybody. We wanna make sure everybody has the chance to get a nice little shape on there, okay? Also, as you go today, you might have to come down and kind of squish things back up because we've got gravity, and as we work on them, we're gonna be pushing down a lot too. So they're gonna, this base of our Model Magic toy is gonna wanna constantly be pushed downwards. So you might have to pick them up occasionally throughout your time and kind of pop this back up. Once it dries, so in 24 hours, it should be dry enough that it won't do that anymore, okay? But for today, you're gonna have to fix that occasionally, okay? All right, so do that, and then we'll talk about add-ons, okay? Okay, so I told you already that the pipe cleaners, sorry, I got water everywhere. The pipe cleaners with the eyes on them is not gonna work. That's just not gonna work. So I'm gonna keep my pipe cleaners though, and I'm gonna use them for antennas, okay? I have already colored this piece over here, so I'm going to use that for some of my stuff, okay? But if you want other colors, like if I still wanted to do the little pink polka dots, okay, I could pull off however big a piece I needed, and I could color that pink, and then you could pull off little pieces and roll it, okay? What I'm gonna do is, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make his mouth, okay? And what I'm gonna do is take a piece of white, since I have his mouth being white, and I'm gonna shape it. You can even shape it on the table. That might be easier. Into the shape I want it, right? And then I'm gonna pop it on there like that. He's a smiley, okay? Another thing you can do is you can wait until it's dry, and you can add Sharpie to it too. So like if I wanted to add little teeth or something, I could do that. I'm gonna let him just have a big old smiley, okay? You don't have to do it like that. You could also use like a little pipe cleaner or something, okay? And then I already told you his eyes are not going to fit. It's not gonna be good to have them up. So I'm gonna put eyeballs here. And I'm just using this green that I already had. Like I said, you're gonna take these and you're gonna divide them into pieces for colors that you need. You're gonna color your piece and mix it, and then you're gonna use your own pieces. I already have this big piece colored, so I'm using it. I'm gonna tear off 2 pieces. I'm gonna make the eyes, okay? Now, things you can do if you don't wanna use a googly eye is you can put little dots with a marker. Watch this. So I can take a marker or a Sharpie, and I can give him little dots, okay? Look at him, he's so cute. all right? Or if you want to use a googly eye, you can find one that's small enough and you can pop it in there. Now, it may not stick at first. That's cute too, right? May not stick at first. Googly eyes are smooth plastic, right? Okay. But it will eventually stick, probably. If not, I can always glue it back on tomorrow. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give him his little, I already told you I was keeping the pipe cleaners for antennas. They're slightly different lengths, which that's cute. You can make it that way, or you can cut your pipe cleaners, okay? Now, I like the little polka dots, all right? You could also give him like little pipe cleaner arms if you want to. There's lots of things you can do. I like the little polka dots, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the little polka dots with this. And I think I'm gonna give him some little pipe cleaner arms. So my guy does not end up looking exactly like he was supposed to, but he's still cute. And I started with a plan and I ended with something cute. I had to shift, okay? And look how cute he is. I do think I'm gonna give him his little pipe cleaner arms. Look how cute that's gonna be. Oh my goodness. So you guys saw in real time, I had to pivot and change my project. I even had to pull. I had all this done. I had to pull it off. This was too much clay, okay? So if you have too much and you need to start again, it's gonna be better to go ahead and do that than to try to keep up with it, okay? If I were gonna change one thing, I might make this a thin or give him just little teeth, but I think he's cute, okay? And you can even wind him up and let him walk a little bit, but we don't wanna do that too much because then they might break today, and also we wanna let them dry a little bit, okay? So there's my guy. You're gonna make yours, and then when you're done, we're gonna keep them here overnight, like I said, to make sure that if anything falls off, I can glue it tomorrow. You can take these home tomorrow, okay? We'll give them to you at the end of class tomorrow. But then, with all your leftover stuff, you can make something you wanna make, or you can just play with it. You can, we don't have another set of feet for you, but you can make something else that you wanna make, and we can send that home today. Like, if you had some other little ideas, or you liked my little frog idea or something, like I could turn this into a little frog, right? Or something like that, okay? So, once you're done, you can play with your model magic, or you can draw, or you can color, and we'll take these home tomorrow. I can't wait to see these. They're gonna be so cool.